This confusing feeling started when I met Joshua in one of our church campaign in 2024. It was a teenage campaign. Joshua had exchanged his soup with mine during lunchtime because I hated periwinkle and his own soup luckily didn't contain periwinkle. He smiled a smile on his face when he handed his meal over. I did too. After he left, it seemed like I had exchanged my heart with him. I thought I had found my husband and the love of my life, or so I thought. The next day, after morning devotion at the camp, I was sitting outside the church veranda when he walked toward me. I did not expect it. He looked at me and asked for my number. He was so direct that I lost my words. I just stared at him, surprised and almost confused by how bold he was. And of course, I was shy, but I did not let my shyness stop me. I blushed and wrote down my number in a piece of paper and gave it to him. As he walked away, I held my breath and wondered, what if I give him my number and he never calls? But he only smiled and left without saying much. The next day was our last day at the camp. Deep down, I was hoping he would come back and talk to me. I wanted to know more about him, but we never had the opportunity to meet in the camping environment again. At that moment, I couldn't understand what I was feeling. If it was this love, or was it just infatuation? I had come to this camp to know Jesus more and had a deeper relationship with him. But somehow, my heart became more focused on Joshua. It felt like I went there because of Joshua and not because of Jesus. When I got back home, I started checking my phone every hour, waiting for his call. But nothing came. The first day passed, then the second, then the third. A whole week went by, and somehow, someone I barely knew had become so important to me. I didn't understand how it happened. My heart felt heavy, and I began to cry. I knelt down and prayed to God. I cried and cried, asking Him to help me because I didn't understand what was happening inside me. After praying, I felt a sense of peace. But just then, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. Hello, am I speaking with Emily? The voice said. My heart skipped. It was Joshua. I was so happy, but deep inside, something still felt wrong. My heart was excited, but my spirit was quiet. We talked for hours, and then he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I accepted. Why wouldn't I? I had no boyfriend, while many of my friends already had one. But after the call ended, I felt a strange sadness. I wished I had someone to talk to. I was an only child, and my parents were very protective of me. My relationship with Joshua moved so quickly. We talked every day about everything. Sometimes I felt safe with him. Other times I felt insecure, confused, and unhappy. Slowly, I noticed that I wasn't praying the way I used to. My relationship with God suffered severely, but I felt helpless. I started learning lots of ungodly things from Joshua. I knew it was bad, but I felt like confronting him would make him dump me, so I played along. I felt trapped, but I didn't know how to escape. Then Joshua asked me to visit him at his sister's house on Sunday evening. I knew it wasn't possible. My parents were strict. I wasn't allowed to move around freely. They took me to school and brought me back home. Outside church programs, I was always at home. When I explained this to him, he stopped replying to my messages. And it hurt. I cried again. I cried until my voice became weak. I even found myself wishing I could visit him just to make him happy, even though I wasn't happy myself. That was when I realized I needed to do something before these feelings destroyed me. I went down on my knees when I got back from church and begged God to help me. I asked myself, how did I become this stressed over a relationship at this young age? My heart was hurting. I covered my mouth with my hands as I prayed in the evening of that same day because I didn't want my parents to hear me crying and wailing. After hours of prayer, my phone rang. It was Joshua. The phone kept ringing. Everything in me wanted to answer. But then I felt a strong conviction in my spirit. A voice reminded me, What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? I held my phone and cried. Joshua called again and again, 20 times. My heart wanted to call him back, but my spirit resisted. Then I understood. Joshua had become a distraction. I needed to protect my relationship with God before things went too far. With tears in my eyes, I picked up my phone. I blocked his number. I blocked him on all my social media platforms. And immediately, I felt peace. The heaviness in my heart disappeared. For the first time in a long time, I felt free.